AFAA Applauds celebrates successful programs supporting adults living with autism. This video will introduce you to Chapel Haven. We are proud to have been selected for AFAA Applauds 2013.
There tends to be a lot of support for students with autism at the school level, like up through high school, and then often supports drop off at that point. And so then young adults with autism are finding themselves struggling either to fit into the university setting or trying to get into employment, and there are many challenges. A lot of them revolve around communication.
We know that for many people, even when they're doing very well in terms of their cognition, how they think, what they can problem solve, one of the problems often is taking it out into the real world causes trouble, because the real world is a very social place. We see a lot of people who get either depressed or anxious or both, and sometimes feel very frustrated.
That's where Chapel Haven makes a huge difference. Students will often have come having tried to sort of succeed independently and really needing much more support.
Our goal is to help young adults learn how to live independently. That's the ultimate mission, learning how to live an independent life and reaching all of those valued life outcomes that they might have.
We looked at basically 3 programs. I was very struck by the makeup of Chapel Haven. They hit the ground running, and everything they do leads to independence.
What makes Chapel Haven unique is the fact that we have a community for adults with autism. This is a program that's been in existence for over 40 years now. We have hundreds of adults who have graduated our program.
We work a ton on social and communication skills. They have an instant peer group when they're here. And then we work on vocational, we work on independent life skills for students who might have tried living on their own and found that it was very hard to cook for themselves, manage their budget, do all those independent life skills things. We work on that. And after 2 years, you often see that they're out there living on their own, and it's amazing. It's an incredible transformation.
Chapel Haven has a work-study program, and they go to different sites. You get to learn all the skills that you need to learn about how to work in a job and how to do like each task that you need to do.
It's important for everyone, including people with disabilities, to get a job because it's just a good way of interacting with people, getting to know people, getting money to support yourself. Before I came here, I had trouble maintaining eye contact, maintaining body posture, just changing topics without getting sidetracked, just your basic social skills. Still learning some stuff, but I'm pretty much a pro.
This was a group of people who were well trained in special ed, had a mission, and knew with a confidence that we had never seen before that they could take our child, or any child, and make that child as independent an adult as most of us are.
If you think about the analogy of a wheel, the school is the center of the wheel, and that's where most of our adults will spend 24 months with us. But then they will graduate and move out into the spokes, and Chapel Haven then will become the hub. So they come here for socialization on the weekends, they come here to celebrate birthdays and even sometimes weddings. They work through Chapel Haven.
Well, my job is at Edge of the Woods. I stock dairy, I stock milks, eggs, and yogurts. I feel very happy to get my paycheck. I get paid every Thursdays. Chapel Haven helped me get the job.
Probably one of the most significant things I did last year was attend Chapel Haven's graduation exercise for the young people who were leaving, and had a chance to see just how far they had come. And so I became a believer.
It's like a day and night picture from when these young adults entered our program to when they're graduating. The life skills that they've learned, the self-determination that they've learned, the social communication that they've learned.
I have seen such growth in my son since he's been here. He's risen and developed in ways that I never thought I would see.
I just liked how organized it was, and now that we're here, I'm really struck by the compassion and the caring, as well with the knowledge. I mean, it's just such a wonderful balance between being really good educators and the caring that they have for my son.
With the success of serving adults with autism, we have recently began receiving a significant amount of phone calls from families and adults who happen to have Asperger's syndrome, requesting a very similar model for their young adults.
We serve adults 18 and over who are really looking to get their adult life started. And for the Asperger population, that tends to be college and exploring passions related to careers.
What we have found is that we're making incredible improvements in the lives of these young men and women. I see a group of students who have spent 2 years of incredibly hard work. When they walk out those doors, you can literally see a change in their body posture. They're walking straighter, they're walking taller, and they're proud. And they're living a life no different than what mom and dad dreamt when they were little babies in their arms. And to me, that is probably the most powerful, wonderful thing about Chapel Haven.